All right, we're back again with another Total Gym follow along workout. This one we're doing shoulders and back. It's going to be 4 circuits, 2 exercises in each. We're going to do 2 circuits of shoulders and also 2 circuits of back. It's going to be 3 sets in each circuit. We're going to be hitting around 10 to 20 repetitions in each exercise. That's what I'd like you guys to shoot for. We'll have that rest period of 30 seconds. I also got this countdown so you guys can see that between some sets I'll give you guys a full 30 seconds rest. Other times I won't. It'll also be beneficial if you guys have an extra pair of handles, so I'll get into that, and or as well as an extra pair of carabiner clips. As always, I link everything down below and put timestamps down below. Before we get going though, guys, if you guys like this content, you guys want to see more of it, please like and subscribe, always appreciated. And so this first shoulder circuit that I'm doing is just starting off with the basic cable press. I've said this on previous videos that really depends on the model to kind of make this work. I've this particular workout I didn't bottom out, but it was often that I was bottoming out with this machine. And what I had to kind of do, and you'll see me adjust here in a second, I like to this machine is very slippery, or the sled's very slippery, so always kind of sliding down. You got to sit more in the back end in order so the sled doesn't kind of bottom out or come off the rails at the very top. But as much as you can, you want to press through the shoulder line, obviously trying to maximize that range of motion as much as possible. I actually tried a steel bar across this, doing a different modified shoulder press. I just didn't like the way it felt. I'll maybe talk about that later in another workout, possibly this one. But I give you guys a minimal transition into the next exercise in circuit 1 of just working the shoulders, which is I'll do a couple of variations, but on set 2 and 3 I keep it constant. This is really the exercise I want you guys to do. It's kind of a rear delt fly coming up at an angle. It's more of a rear delt / frontal fly. You're definitely working the back of your posterior deltoids, but you're also working the front deltoids as well. You see me doing this frontal raise, but don't really do this because we'll do a frontal raise later. I'm just kind of messing around. The very first exercise you guys saw me do is what I'd like you to do. I'm crossing, and you could mix it up a little bit, but this is what I want you guys to do. Just doing this frontal raise right here. This is what I'm going to be sticking with, at least me personally, from sets 2 and 3. Pretty tough, even though I'm kind of giving you some minimal rest. I think later I might give you a little bit more rest between sets. It's definitely doable. You just don't expect to get a really high rep range, especially as we progressively kind of up the incline. I keep doing that throughout this workout. Between each set, I just gradually up the incline slightly. So you don't have to. You could leave it here. You obviously could drop it back down for doing that second exercise, because that one is a lot tougher compared to this military press that I'll be doing, or the just like double cable press. I'm still giving you guys, as you can see, a little bit of a moderate break as we kind of transition to the next exercise. But this one I think is definitely doable. If you wanted to hit the 20 repetition range for this exercise, I kind of just, as I up the incline, especially with all these things kind of compounded together, I know I wasn't hitting 20. I was probably hitting, I would say, between 12 and 20 on both of these sets, or all 3 of these sets combined. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's the exercise and sequence I got for you guys for circuit 1. I'll check back in with you guys on circuit 2. All right, so we're finished up circuit 1, ready to enter into circuit 2, and the first exercise is just going to be this single arm row. I've shown this many times when I had my Weider Ultimate Bodyworks. I still have my Weider Ultimate Bodyworks, and I'm going to throw that in another video sometime soon. But this is one of my favorite go-to exercises. I'm just showing you guys it with the Total Gym in this case. I'm using an extra pair of carabiner clips, and this is multiple videos I keep showing you guys. Get another pair of carabiner clips because it's just easy to kind of switch up and transition and kind of hook the things together. Versus the Total Gym clips are a little more cumbersome with the little screw-on clips. But I grab an extra handle as well. You don't have to use an extra handle, but I just think it's easier to transition. So I put an extra pair of carabiner clips. I clip them through both clips, and with my extra pair of handles, and just doing this single arm reach and row, kind of like a low row if you want to call it that. You don't have to sit up on your feet like this. You could sit a number of different ways to do this row. I just been doing this. I just think I just like the way it feels. You get a little more of a reach with this whenever, especially if the arm that's doing the row, that leg is back, you get more of a, again, deeper kind of a reach and stretch out of the lats as you guys are doing it. But I'm also doing it for functional purposes because, as I've been saying constantly, is that this Total Gym, at least this model, the material, the leather, I don't know what that is, it's artificial leather or what, is kind of slick. So I'm putting my foot up there to kind of keep myself from, sliding down the machine. And so I'll give you guys a little bit of time to kind of switch them out. But notice on this one now, I grabbed both my extra pair of handles and I got 2 carabine clips, and I just loop them around the back of the tower. What I'm going to do here, I'm just detaching that middle cable. What I'm going to do here is just a close grip pull-up. If you guys have a Weider Ultimate Bodyworks that has a better, in my opinion, a better pull-up bar that's closer, you could definitely use that. If you're using a Total Gym, I just preferred this for a number of reasons, because compared to the stock pull-up that they got, I don't think it's as close of a pull-up. I like the way this feels better. And you just kind of you can pull yourself up a little bit higher. You got to watch out for that tower in your face, but otherwise I just like the angle of this press. You don't have to do this. If you didn't like this, you simply could just put in the pull-up bar. You could even, if you wanted to, it wouldn't even be a big deal. You could actually just pull straight into the tower. You could probably grab like a cloth or a towel of some sort and wrap that around and do pull-ups that way. That would be another alternative to this. There's probably numerous ways to do this kind of close grip pull-up, but that's what I chose to do, is just kind of grab 2 carabiner clips and attach it to 2 handles. Also, because I'm going to use that handle again, I just kind of detached it, throw it back on the clip again here, and I'm going to, as you saw, I raise the incline, and then I go back into that single arm row. And that's pretty much what I do for the next 2 sets. I'll just keep upping the incline, and I keep up with the exact same incline for both exercises. So that's it for circuit 2. I'll check back with you guys at circuit 3. All right, circuit 3 is our next shoulder circuit, and on this one we're starting with something that used to be an all-time favorite of mine. I don't know why I made me think about doing it here, but a little running joke was with my friends, they used to call these Disco Infernos. They used to make fun of me. If you guys know, there was an old wrestler back in the day, it was called Disco Inferno. But basically, they used to kind of make fun of me because I would love training traps. I thought when I was younger in college, this was like my secret trap exercise. I would do it with shoulders. I would use a cable machine, and I would do this kind of it's a rear delt kind of, another lateral raise slash rear delt fly or rear delt raise. So hit your rear delts, also the lateral delts as well. Just basically a deltoid exercise that you're just kind of crossing the body. They call it the Disco Infernos because, you know, it just looks like someone doing a disco move. And I would do this all the time. This was like my favorite thing. And I'd kind of stress the eccentric and kind of like focus on my traps, kind of absorbing some of that tension. I'm not worried so much about doing for traps in this case. I'm just doing it for shoulders. It's a good exercise to do in this machine, I think, as well. It's a little demanding, so that's why I put the incline fairly low. You could even put the incline lower than this, but I kind of grabbed that. You can see the back side of the cable. Kind of give myself a little bit of a rotation so I can reach. I'm taking some momentum in this as well, just for the sake of kind of getting some more, just a faster, smoother motion out of doing it. So you could do this really strict. You can go really slow and controlled. I'm just doing a little bit more of a kind of a speedier momentum as I'm doing that reach and extension to that. So that's that exercise. I think it pairs well and nicely with the next one, but I still gave you guys a little bit of a break because I thought that was, even though it's kind of faster, I thought that can kind of be a little bit demanding, and I also wanted you guys to kind of have your bearings to you with this next exercise, which is also going to be demanding. You could keep the same incline. You could also choose to increase it for this one, but the next exercise is basically going to be this kneeling, facing away from the machine, frontal raise. So a double arm frontal raise on this. You can do this lying down. You can even count doing a frontal raise seated facing the machine as well. Just another different frontal raise. You can see me getting, sometimes those things like the sticks, you'll see me cranking that thing out. But just a frontal raise. I like to sometimes I'll sit up. You'll see me slightly kind of mess with my angle, my torso. Sometimes I'll sit upright. Sometimes I lean in a little bit more. It's up to you. I think it's better. I think you get more tension in the deltoids if you kind of lean in a little bit, but I'm just kind of messing around with some shoulder angles, especially if you got bad shoulders. I probably wouldn't sit up, but a lot of times you look like different Total Gym, exercise charts. They'll show a lot of people sitting straight up when they do exercises. I like to kind of follow that line of action of the machine. So nice range of motion. You get a big extension in your shoulder as you're reaching back, and really good flexion doing this as well. So that's it for circuit 3. Couldn't remember where we're at here now. But basically finish this off for the next 2 sets, gradually up the incline. But definitely for this one, this is an option you guys could make. You could maybe not choose to not increase the incline, just increase the reps, or it's totally up to you. I think I keep increasing the incline, just decrease the reps. That was my decision though, so it's totally up to you. I'll see you guys at the start of circuit 4. All right, we're getting to the end of circuit 3. We're starting circuit 4. Forgive me guys for not mentioning this at the intro as far as verbally mentioning it, but it'd be really good if you guys have a pair of loop style resistance bands to anchor onto the machine for this next circuit. I'm going to use both of them for this back circuit. You don't have to have them. If you guys don't have a pair of resistance bands, you simply can just increase the intensity or tension by just slowing the reps down. You could increase the reps, but just find some way to kind of make this exercise a little bit harder, because my opinion, without these resistance bands on, these next two exercises can feel a little bit easy, even at the highest incline of the machine. You can still make any exercise hard, by increasing the number of these variables, increase sets, increase reps. Like I said, do some squeeze or pause sets. So a number of ways you can do it, but I just think resistance bands are a good plus if you guys have this machine. All I'm gonna do, you guys saw what I anchored on there. I actually probably could have added more tension. I chose like a moderate tension. These are 2 different companies' resistance bands. I'm using their heaviest ones. You could even increase more if you want to. What I'm gonna do before I start, it's gonna be kind of a lat pull up. I wanna get as low as the machine as I kinda can, so I have a nice tension before I start. My lats are nice and elongated and stretched before I make that pull up. And I'm just, as you can see here, pretty simplistic, doing like a lat pull down. I'm shooting for roughly, a higher rep range, because I put the even though it looks like the hardest bands, the tension really wasn't that hard to make this pull up. So I just chose a rep range that kind of got me just prior to failure. Granted, I took some pauses there, but really the point is this is definitely doable. Then as this exercise kind of finishes up, we're going to basically jump right into the next exercise in kind of a compound set into this other back exercise, which is basically leaving the incline right where it is. I thought maybe I might drop it, but I didn't. We're going to go into just kind of a cross grip, so cross the grips over, and just doing a seated row in this cross grip. If this cross grip is kind of cumbersome, if you don't like it, you don't have to cross the grip. You can just go neutral. But given the band tension that I have, this might be the reason I didn't put too many bands on here. It's just because it's not like it's incredibly hard. It's just that it's really hard once you kind of get to once you get to that end of that concentric pull. It really wants to pull you back, so it's hard to kind of slow this exercise down, but you also at the same time want decent tension to make it difficult on the initial pull. So that's why you might not get as many repetitions out of it. But so that's pretty much it, guys. I keep this same band tension on. I don't increase anything other than upping the incline for this circuit. And that's pretty much it for guys for this workout. So I'm going to shut up, let this kind of roll out. If you guys have any questions or comments, feedback on future videos and workouts, definitely let me know. Hopefully you guys like this workout. Hopefully you got something out of it. This is a nice, like I said, as you can see, 30-minute workout, perfect for adding something else in at the end. So pretty efficient, straight to the point workout. And I'll just shut up, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next workout. Thank you guys for watching.